The past progressive, or el pasado progresivo, is talking about what you were doing. So instead of the present tense, which is something like I am running, we want to say I was running. So we're just making it past now instead of in the present. So let's recall the present progressive first. Step number 1, conjugate the verb estar. So in the present tense it would be estoy, I am, estás, you are, está, he, she is, estamos, we are, estáis, y'all are, and están, they are. Step number 2, add your ing or your progressive ending to the stem of a verb. So your endings for ing are ando for AR verbs and yendo for IR or ER verbs. Example, I am running, estoy corriendo. So estoy stands for the I am, and corriendo stands for running. Again, just to give you another view of how to do it, if I have the verb correr, what do I have to do first in order to conjugate? First, I have to take off my ending. So that would be ER. So now I have the stem of the verb. And then I have to add on, since it's an ER verb, I have to add on my yendo, and that's how I got corriendo. So again, that is just a review of the present progressive. So in order to do the past progressive, it's also fairly easy. Our first step is to conjugate the verb estar, but in the imperfect tense. So in the imperfect, estar is estaba, estabas, estaba, estábamos, notice your accent, estabais, and estaban. So this would be I was, you were, he, she, or you formal, were, we were, y'all were, and again this is the Spain form, and then they or you guys were. So that's step number 1. So you always have to have a star. That's one of the biggest mistakes in the progressives, is that we forget to put the star. So you can't just say I running. You want to say I was running. The second step, again, is to just add our ing, so the ando or the yendo to the verb. So example, using correr again, take off the er, you have cor, and add the new ending, corriendo. So let's put that all together. Examples, I was eating. I was, estaba. Comiendo is for eating. So estaba comiendo, I was eating. Seems fairly easy. Let's try another one. They were bothering me. So here I added in a little bit more complicated of a sentence. So they were, estaban, bothering. Remember, to bother is molestar. Take off the AR and add your ando for your ing ending. So estaban molestando would be they're bothering. And then me is an indirect object pronoun, so remember it comes before the verb. But as long as you get the estaban molestando here, that's what we're working with for the past progressive. Estaban, they were, molestando, bothering. Here, there are quite a few irregulars in the progressive tense, so the INGs, but here are a few that we are going to definitely use this chapter. Mintiendo is lying, so instead of the E, it gets an I here. Diciendo is telling or saying, and again it's an I here instead of an E. So these are big changes really. Leyendo, the I changes to a Y, because usually in Spanish we don't like 3 vowels together, but every once in a while we get them. Yendo, for going, so that's the verb ir. Dormir, the O changes to a U, so that's sleeping. Sorry about that. Sleeping. And pedir, pidiendo is asking for. And again, your changes the vowel. Instead of an E, it's an I. So those are your irregulars. Mintiendo, diciendo, leyendo, yendo, durmiendo, and pidiendo. So let's give it a try. These are ones for you, and you can pause the video for however long you want in order to give 1 through 5 a try, because the answers are on the next slide. So again, we were would be your imperfecto star, telling would be your ing, and then you add your noun stories. He was lying, same thing, put your imperfect of a star, and then your ing, etc. So again, pause the movie so that you can give yourself a chance to try them out on your own. Alright, here are the answers. Number 1. Estábamos contando cuentos. We were, so here's our we were, telling stories. Number 2. Él estaba mintiendo. And I do have an accent there, but I crossed it off with my red. 3. Yo estaba diciendo la verdad. 4. Ellos estaban jugando con los bloques. Again, with the INGs, we don't do boots, so it stays just a U. And 5. Ustedes estaban pidiendo ayuda. So you guys were asking for help. So again, if you want to give more past progressive a try, you can always go to conjuguemos.com, go to Spanish and then verbs and try the past progressive. Or you can always go to the textbook website, Realidades, and go to the Spanish 2, the Blue Book website. Or you can go to Senora Rios' website and get a little more practice. That's the past progressive.